let's go again. I'm hoping that doing these videos in one session will help get them out a bit faster. Well, maybe not get them out faster. They're still going to be on schedule. And with the last mix-up, I'm hoping that I can avoid any serious issues going forward, but I'm hoping that I can get through this mod in today or tomorrow. It's really good, and I want to see where it goes. I hope everyone watching is enjoying it too. After removing several sheets of paper and a pen, I get down to business. I had to stop halfway through doing poems to put the pizza in the oven. But at last I'm left with 4 masterpieces. Well, maybe not. I can't help but feel a little depressed as I read over the poems that I've written. I was in such a good mood when I wrote them, but they still came out just as dark as before, maybe darker. I try not to think about it as I began placing them into my folder. Before closing my folder, however, my eyes landed on the poem I wrote for Yuri today. Violet eyes. I covet the time where I may meet her violet gaze. I wonder how one becomes so infallible that they appear heaven-sent. Electricity flows through the cords of my heart, but instead of pain I simply feel joy. In a state where to explode would be a sweet release instead of a violent end, where disarray provides warmth instead of confusion. How can one feel horror when they are at the side of the fearless? How can one feel uncertainty when they are at the side of one they desire? Yet in this whirlwind of crimson hearts, I think but one question: can I truly have that which I seek, in a world where light only fades? It's probably a good thing I didn't show this to her. Even though I had feelings for her when I wrote it, it still ended up being depressing. Oh well, no use fretting over it now. The timer on my phone goes off just as I finish saying this. After I've had my fill of pizza and have managed to burn every possible area of my mouth, I decide that it's probably time for bed. I toss my plate in the sink and make sure that the oven is off before making my ascent. I don't bother flipping on the light as I enter. This would normally be the time I think over the agenda and come up with a strategy for tomorrow. But my plans always fall apart anyway, and after today I've earned a break. I plop down into bed after stripping out of my uniform and begin cuddling a pillow. After wishing Mr. Ceiling good night, I slowly fall unconscious. Hello again. Oh, hey. Sorry, I was just spacing out for a second. We did good today. Yuri told us about her cutting, and we confronted Sayuri about her depression. Monica didn't seem... Actually, I wanted to talk about Monica. I managed to regain access to some of the game's files while Gunnar has been awake. And after looking further into the script, I don't want you to be mad at her. She was alone in a world that she could never be free from. She was forced to sit back and watch as the MC could pursue every girl but her, never to get a chance at happiness. I'm not saying what she did is right, but with the position she was in, you can't blame her for doing something drastic. I hope you don't resent her for it. Oh, and don't worry about her trying to do it again. I figured it would be a good idea to set up a failsafe for each of the girl's traits. If anyone tries to tamper with them, it will ignore the input and display the message that I created. My hopes is that seeing the message will snap her out of whatever she's feeling, but I'm willing to bet that she'll never see it in the first place. She really does seem like she's changed. But I also did something else while I was tampering with the code, before setting up the firewall. I try not to be mad, okay? I increased Yuri's obsessiveness trait this morning while I was there. I know it sounds terrible, but I expected Gunnar would catch on if were to be a bit more extreme. Truthfully, I have no idea she would do what she did, but my plan did work. Since I don't possess the ability of the club president, my change to the code was temporary, so even if Gunnar hadn't talked to her, she still would have returned to normal. It was a scummy move, I know, and I'm sorry I didn't tell you about it before doing it. I hope you can forgive me. There's one more thing you should know. Well, it's just... Never mind. It's not that important, but I'll bring it up some other time. I don't have anything else to share, so I'll just put you back in Gunnar. Sorry if he's having any explicit dreams. Beep, beep, beep. Amaterasu! I feel blood running down my face as from my eye as my alarm clock is engulfed in black flames. Oh shit! I'm torn between being excited that it actually worked and scared that I just started a fire in my bedroom. Shit, shit, shit. I try to beat out the fire with my pillow, but it's not very effective. Soon all I'm left was a pile of ash on my nightstand and a few bloodstains on my sheets. Well, at least it didn't spread. But what the hell am I gonna do now that I can use the, Huh? I wake up and look at my intact alarm clock. Smack. I stretch my arms as I sit up in bed. I wonder how many people dream about destroying their alarm clock. Oh, we got the chill music now. I climb out of bed and pick out a clean uniform from my closet. On my way out of the bedroom, I glance at my alarm clock one more time. Amaterasu! Nothing happens. Damn. I've been there before, dude. Sometimes you just really want shadow clones. I cannot tell you if there is one power I could choose from an anime, it would be shadow clones. Except for One for All, because let's face it, who wouldn't want One for All? Like, just being the hero, that would be great, but shadow clones would make life so much easier. You could be everywhere you needed to be. You could have like 4 jobs. You could have so much money. As long as your clones didn't get poked or something. Even though I don't possess the Sharingan, I'm still in a good mood. I can help Yuri with her cutting, Monika is happy to hang out with me, and proving Natsuki's mood is still a talent of mine, and then of course there's Sayori. Now that her depression is on the table, I finally feel like I can. Ugh. My vision begins to blur as I feel a sharp pain in my head. What's happening? As I lost my balance. Oh shit. I feel a stinging above my left eyebrow as I pull myself up from the floor. This is followed by something warm running down my face as I straighten up. Judging by the small puddle of blood on the floor, it's safe to assume I just busted my head open. I hope this isn't Chris's blood. The dumb joke does little to ease my pain, but does manage to bring a smile on my face. Maybe my stupidity really is the only thing keeping me sane. Ow! I've tried tapping at the wound on my head with my index finger to see how big it is, but it just causes it to sting more. I guess I should use the mirror instead. I use the sink as a support as I slowly stand up. It appears that I cut open the skin above my eyebrow. Luckily, it doesn't look like the cut is super deep. Unluckily, it doesn't stop it from continuing to bleed. I turn on the faucet and splash some water on my face to get the blood off. I then grab a few tissues and press them up against the cut to stop the bleeding. Once I have pressure on the wound, I begin to going through the cabinet to find the rubbing alcohol. This is gonna be a bitch. I pour some rubbing alcohol on a rag and then take a deep breath. Ah, shit! If I didn't know better, I would just think I just squeezed salty lemon juice into my blood. Once the burning has subsided some, I grab fresh tissue to press against my brow. My head becomes clearer once the pain starts to dwindle. Why the hell did I pass out? I didn't forget to eat dinner and I slept like a baby last night. I wasn't even stressed out this morning, in fact I was quite the opposite. I sure have been getting hurt a lot lately. Maybe Sayori's clumsiness is worn off on me. I know for certain that this wasn't caused by clumsiness, but I play it all down anyways. Speaking of Sayori, I still have to get ready for breakfast. I wonder how long it will pass. Huh? And then that knocking definitely sounds like it came from downstairs. Damn it, is that her? I peel away from the tissues on my face and toss them in the trash can. Maybe she won't notice. I tell myself this as I make my way out of the bathroom. Did you get dressed first, dude? I'm coming, just don't draw any attention to it. Sayori could be oblivious, it'll be fine. Click. Hi, Gunner. Ah! What happened to your face? Well, that could have gone better. Oh, this? It's nothing, I just tripped this morning. Yo, that looks bad. Are you sure you're okay? I have to urge to poke her forehead for wording, but I don't think it would help in this instance. I'm alright, I promise. I washed it off with some rubbing alcohol on it. Are you sure? I could take a look at it if you wanted. Thanks, Sayori, I appreciate the gesture. But I also remember you wanted to play doctor when we were kids, so you just hit me on the knee with stuff. You would have to remember that, wouldn't you? I'm only joking. I promise I'll let you know if I need any help with it. Alright. And I promise I won't hit you in the knee with anything this time. I'm glad to hear it. But for right now, I gotta get ready for school. I bought more bacon yesterday for us to eat, so you can start on that. If you want. Bacon. Well, that certainly seems to take her mind off things. Once I get done, I'll come down and whip up some pancakes to go with it. Are you up for the task? Yes, sir. Hey, bacon pancakes! Finally! Sayori proceeds to make her way into the kitchen as I head back upstairs. I quickly begin to strip down once I'm inside the bathroom. As I go to step into the shower, I almost step in the small puddle of blood still on the floor. I grab some more tissue paper and quickly wipe it up. After taking the fastest shower in human history, I dry off and begin to put my uniform on. I feel slight paranoia that Sayori basically has free roam over my house for the last few minutes. It's not like there's anything for her to find. She might notice the painkillers I'll left on the counter, but given the situation, it seems reasonable. Once I'm dressed to impress, I leave the bathroom. I can already hear the smell I can already smell the bacon cooking as I'm going downstairs. When I enter the kitchen, I see Sayori in deep focus as I standing over a skillet. For some reason, it brings to my mind a scene from those old black and white sitcoms where a husband would kiss his wife as she was cooking family breakfast. My face begins to heat up as I think about it. That was fast. Oh yeah. I've always been told it's rude to keep a lady waiting. Jesus. I should slow down. I just now put the bacon in the skillet, so you didn't miss too much. Sounds good. They give me time to make world-famous pancakes. I can't wait. It doesn't occur to me until after I've said this that I've only ever made pancakes once, and that was an accident. I was in the mood for waffles that day anyway. Nice job, dude. I ignore the worry as I pull out the pancake mix spatula and another skillet. Once I have everything in order, I scooch up next to Sayori and flick on another stove eye. Excuse me, miss, but is this spot taken? Well, there is this guy. I was waiting for it, but I guess you could stand there until he shows up. Thank you kindly. I'll try to be a good company. It won't take much. The guy I'm waiting for is a pretty big meanie. Oh, is that so? It always makes me cook for him. And whenever I try to be nice, he pokes me in the head. Pokes you in the head? You mean like this? Poke. Yeah, just like that. Well, I'm sure if you didn't worry so much about him, you wouldn't get poked. I've heard tales of people transforming into prunes. He said something similar, but I can't help but worry so much, you know? I care about him a lot, Sayori. Well, he's lucky to have someone as caring as you, and I'm sure he doesn't want you to worry so much because he cares about your happiness. Gunner, this moment is ruined by the smell of something burning. Dang. I flipped the pancake over to see one side of it is charred. I guess this one will be mine, huh? Doesn't look so world famous to me, as long as it's not on fire. I see Sayori a knowing look. Meanie. Me and Sayori continue to make playful banter as we cook. Once everything is said and done, we were left with 4 pancakes and several pieces of bacon. I put out 2 plates and slide 2 pancakes onto one side before handing it to Sayori. Once we have both stacked plates, we take seats at the kitchen table. Sayori reclaims her seat next to me as we both begin to eat. Out of the corner of my eye, I can see Sayori sneaking glances at me as we do. I can't think bad of it, however, because I find myself doing the same to her occasionally. Whew. That was pretty good eating, huh, Sayori? We both managed to clear all the food on our plates. Well, except for the charcoal pancake, that is. Those pancakes were really good, Gunner. They went well with the bacon, too. Thanks, I guess I just got lucky. But it was once again your bacon that's really stole the show. Oh, I wonder if there's any way to combine them. We could call them bacon pancakes. I will drop down to one knee and propose to Sayori on the day she cooks bacon pancakes. I'm sure the president and vice president could make that work. Though we might need to ask Natsuki for advice to prevent any unwanted fires. Yeah. Speaking of Natsuki, I wonder if she'll be interested in joining our club. She doesn't live that far from here. That's a really good idea, actually. Now that my plan to systematically spend time with every girl separately has fallen apart, spending any time with her at all could be good, especially if she doesn't have any chance to eat much at home. I feel my jaw clenching thinking about it. That bastard! I swear if he really does hurt her, I'll kill. What's that? Oh, sorry. I was just making some executive decisions and all. Which is how I've come to a conclusion that asking Natsuki to join is a great idea. Yay! Here, I'll text her and ask her if she's left her house yet. Sayori proceeds to quick draw her phone out of her bag. Ah! I'm also sense of as I hear her scream. What's the matter? We're running late! Whew. I grin a little as my blood pressure returns to normal. I guess that's a sign we should get going, huh? Sayori immediately begins to frantically gather her things. While she's doing so, I pull out my phone and see we're actually running pretty late. First period started 10 minutes ago, so I can't say I wouldn't rather spend time with her. Watching her clumsily fall over herself as she gets ready to go makes my face hot. I calmly toss the plates into the sink as Sayori bolts out the front door. Come on, Slowpoke! I'm coming! I scoop up my bag as we both head out. She practically drags me across the sidewalk on our trip to school. At this point, she probably noticed the fact that I'm not in any hurry. I prefer just to walk there with you, dummy. Gunner, quit dragging your feet. We're gonna be late if you don't hurry up. Aren't we already late? Well, yeah. But we're gonna be more late if you don't pick up the pace. More late, huh? And here I was thinking you were in the literature club. I smile as she realizes what she said. Now's not the time for that. Now is the time for getting to school. Sarah grabs me by the elbow, and once again pulls me along with her. You can feel my verbality when we get back in the club. Damn, it looks like she got me with that one. It looks like one of us should stick to focusing on breakfast. What? I watch as Sayori slips on the sidewalk and begins to fall forward. It quickly occurs to me that she'll have a firm grip on my arm. As I begin falling with her, I manage to channel my inner action hero and pull her towards me. Ow. My back hurts from the impact of the ground. My chest hurts from the impact with Sayori. Are you alright? Gunner, how did you get here? Well, the concrete looks pretty soft, and I didn't want you hogging it all for yourself. I ignore the pain in my back as I smile at her. You're so silly, Gunner. We both just lay on the sidewalk. I don't even notice the pain anymore. All I can feel is my heart racing. Before I have time to think, Sayori leans in to kiss me. Every ounce of my blood, bone, and marrow screaming at me to kiss her. I want to, but I can't. Not when she doesn't know what's happened between me and Yuri. It would hurt her, but so will not kissing her. I feel like I'm being torn in two as I lay here. Instead of leaning into kiss, Gunner? Sayori, I thought... She quickly pulls herself off me and stand up. I also stand up. I'm sorry, I just don't know. Sayori, please, it's not you. I feel my voice beginning to break as I speak. You felt so warm, I just wanted to... Oh... My blood freezes as I hear her scream again. This time, though, I can barely distinguish it from reality. It's like I actually heard it. Before thinking, I throw my arms around Sayori and hug her tightly. I'm so sorry, Sayori. I messed up. I never wanted you to get hurt. I can feel tears running down my face as I say this. Gunner, why are you crying? What's going on? The familiar feeling of fatigue returns to me as I release her. Come on, I'll explain it at my house. But what about school? We would have been late anyways. This is more important right now, Gunner. I begin walking back towards my house. After a few steps, I hear her follow behind me. Once we're both back in my house, we stand in silence for a while. Sayori looks like she's trying to figure out what's going on. I feel worse the longer the silence lasts until I finally can't stand it. Here, we should go sit down. I take a seat on the couch and motion for her to do the same. After she sat down, I begin. Listen, Sayori. I'm not really sure where to start, but you should know that I do have feelings for you. It's because of those feelings that I was scared to kiss you, so please don't think it's because of anything you did. I think you're perfect just the way you are. I wouldn't change a single thing about you, you know. It's just, well, something happened the other day, and I felt like I couldn't be with you until you knew about it. What happened? Her voice barely squeaks out as she speaks. Well, me and Yuri got to talking about a book we both liked. I proceed to tell her about how I invited Yuri to come over and how we watched the movie together. When she went to leave, she kissed me. So you and Yuri... Sayori, please, it's not like that. It was just a heat of the moment thing. I didn't... If you like Yuri, that's fine. You don't have to try and make me feel better. Sayori, that's it. I'm done for her. There's no way I can explain what I'm feeling to her. Not when she's like this. No, I can't give up. This might be my only chance. I can't lose her. Sayori, the reason I'm so concerned about you, how you feel, is because I don't just care about you. Huh? I love you. You... This time she isn't even able to get the full word out. That's why I was scared to kiss you. I wanted to, but I was afraid if I did, you would find out about Yuri. I didn't want you to getting hurt. I can feel tears once again running down my face. But I guess I screwed up that too. No, don't say that. Sayori lunges across the kitchen and wraps her arms around me. I'm sorry. I didn't know. She tries to speak between her sobbing. I didn't mean to make you feel bad. It's all my fault. Sayori! I grab her by the shoulder and look her dead in the eyes. Don't say that. None of this is your fault. I should have been honest. I should have told you how I felt or about what happened with Yuri. I spent so much time worrying about it when I could have just said something. So please don't say it's your fault, because it's not. And I already told you it crushes me to see you unhappy like this. Gunner. Once again she comes towards me, but instead of hugging me, she lays her head against my chest and begins to cry. I wrap my arms around her and sit with my chin on her head. The numbness from yesterday also decides to make a cameo appearance with me. I want nothing more than to stand up, to scream, to tell her the whole truth, to do something. But instead I just sit there with my arms wrapped around her. I couldn't tell her the truth if I tried. There's no way she'd believe me. Hell, I wouldn't believe me. I closed my eyes and leaned back on the couch with her head still buried in my chest. As the next few minutes pass, her sobbing becomes more and more quiet. There's eventually total silence in the room. I'm not sure how long it's been, but Sayori's voice eventually breaks the silence. Gunner? Her voice is hoarse and I can feel a cold spot on my chest from when she cried on through my uniform. Yeah? Ugh. I open my eyes as I feel something hitting me in my stomach. Ow. You said I could beat you up whenever you were a jerk, you know? I can't help but smile as I rub at the spot where she punched me. I guess I did, didn't I? Mm-hmm. If all your punches hurt that much, then it's probably smart for me not to be a jerk anymore, huh? Mm-hmm. And you said you were tough. I am tough, it's just... I just didn't expect you to be so strong, is all. Please, I was even holding back with that one. The numbness I felt is slowly replaced with relief as I see her lighten up. Man, I better learn how to stop being a jerk before I find out what a full strength one feels like. All the weight left on my shoulders disappears as Sayori giggles. You better. I don't think you could survive it. Yes, ma'am. I'll try and learn quickly. We sit together on the couch in silence for a few minutes. Oddly enough, I soon find myself in the same position I was in with Yuri. Sayori leaning against me with my arm around her. Being in this position causes some of my memories to float to the surface. What will I tell her? How will she take it? I said we could see how things went after I helped her, but I really do love Sayori. I can't just change that to make her feel better, and I highly doubt Sayori would dare bring it up with her. Maybe I can find some way to talk to her after the class. Hey, Gunner. Yeah? What are you gonna tell Yuri? It seems that me and Sayori really are on the same wavelength. I'm not really sure yet. We kinda already split apart yesterday, but I'm afraid she might still be hurt after she learns about us. Yeah, I proceeded to tell her about my conversation with Yuri yesterday, without mentioning anything about cutting, of course. Oh. Sayori takes a while to process what I told her and how she'll respond. Are you going to tell her about me? I wasn't planning on it. Why? No reason. I can't blame her for being worried. She never has been good with confrontation. And I imagine the idea of being confronted by another club member might break her. Don't worry, I'll figure out some way to handle it. I put my hand on her shoulder to try and reassure her. One more question. About us. I mean, I meant what I said earlier, I really do. But the situation just sort of mixed me up, you know? After talking about what happened, though, I feel comfortable being with you, and I'm willing to go at whatever pace you'd like. I feel the furnace on my face kick on as I say this. I want to keep feeling warm like this. It might sound silly, but it's like the sun poking through the rain clouds. Sayori proceeds to rebury her head in my chest. I was scared that I wouldn't be able to feel this again. That you would forget about me when you started to become friends with the other girls. I thought you would just think I was selfish for always wanting to spend time with you. And maybe this is selfish, but I want to keep feeling this way. To have you make the rain clouds go away. I'm sorry if I'm a burden and make you feel responsible. She proceeds to dig her head deeper into my chest to make her voice almost inaudible. Please don't leave me. Oh. I rub her back as she begins to stop again. Sayori, I'm so sorry I haven't been there for you all these years. But I will never let you face your demons alone. I don't know how much I can actually help your condition, but I'll do my damnedest to keep you happy no matter what. Once her sobbing has come to an end, I lift up her chin so that we're facing each other. Sayori, this might be selfish of me as well, but I never want to leave your side either. No matter what the problem is, I'm more than happy to help you through it. You could never be a burden to me, not even if you tried, because I truly do love you. I feel my mind beginning to go blank as she inches closer to me. Gunner. As our lips meet, I feel something strange. Unlike Yuri, the world around me doesn't slip away. Instead, all I see, all of my problems right in front of me. The massive weight that rests on my shoulders. Now, instead of them being gone, I feel a confidence to face these problems. I can't give up. Not so long as I still have something to protect. I find myself embracing Sayori tightly as I think this. As long as I have her, I can bear any burden. Oh, fuck. As long as I have her, I can bear any burden the world throws at me. I have to ease up I have to ease up some of my passion. I feel some primitive urges begin to pop up. We're both speechless as we separate from the kiss. I hope that was worth the wait. You're so silly, Gunner. So a certain person keeps telling me. We sit in silence for a few minutes. There's a question I really want to ask her, but I'm also scared of ruining the moment. I convince myself that it's to help her and begin to speak. Sayori, do your parents know about your... I don't think so. I've never told them. I don't want them to worry about me more than they already do. Sayori, part of a parent's job is to worry about their kids. They don't see you as some burden they have to deal with, but as a daughter that they love. A lot of things change when they find out. But if they don't want to put up with me anymore, I'm sure she's put some thought into telling them in the past, but I'm not the voice of depression. Remember the other day when we went to the park? You brought up the time you fell into the water and I had to save you? Do you remember how your parents reacted when they saw us afterwards? They were terrified when you told them that you had fallen into the lake. They worried sick until I explained what actually happened. But then they got mad at me. For a little while, yeah. But think past what happened after they were mad. You, me, both of our parents, we were all joking around and laughing at your clumsiness and how I was a hero. I remember you almost fell over when my dad patted you on the back. Well, it's not my fault your dad is so buff. Anyways, my scrawny kid self aside, the point is, even though your parents were worried and then mad, in the end, those feelings were replaced with joy. It's because they love you. Being around you makes them happy. So when they worry about you, they're trying to protect their own happiness as well as yours. I guess it's kind of like you and me. Seeing me happy makes you happy, doesn't it? Yeah. I imagine that's how your parents feel when they see you happy. I'm sure they would be willing to do just about anything to keep you that way. So please don't think of yourself as a burden. Sayori thinks over everything I just said for a moment. I want to tell them, but I'm still kind of nervous. It's alright to feel nervous. And if you want me to be there with you when you tell them, I'll be more than happy to. Thanks, Gunner. Sayori once again leans against me, but this time she wraps her hands around my arm. There's no telling what's going through her head right now. The idea of having to help her tell her parents about depression makes my confidence falter briefly. No, I could do it, no problem. For her, I would do anything, even fight her dad if need be. I realize I'm getting ahead of myself just a tad. Her dad could easily decapitate me with a single punch. Silence continues to fill the room as Sayori holds my arm in a death grip. The silence, however, doesn't feel tense or awkward. This feels nice. Gunner? What are we gonna do about school? Shit, can't say that wasn't on my mind. Dang, I forgot all about it. We should probably get going, huh? She releases my arm, allowing for circulation to restart as if we both get off the couch. Okay. It's not time to stop the video yet, but I should say, if you have depression, I have depression. The important thing to do is tell someone. If you think no one cares, trust me when I say that they do. And they will help you. I got help. I feel better now than I ever did before. There will be dark times, and you won't feel strong, but you just have to keep moving forward. And trust me when I say that at the end of the day, any temporary pain you feel for telling your loved ones about your depression will be worth the long-term happiness that you will feel once you've gotten rid of it. You can never truly be rid of it, of course, but at the end of the day, having it under control, having it tamed, is better than letting it run wild. But enough of the sap. Let's get back to it. For the second time today, we begin our journey towards the school. But something is noticeably different this time. Instead of pulling me and trying to get me to hurry up, Sayori leisurely walks by my side. After walking in silence for a while, we naturally fall back into our routine of small talk and playful banter. This time, though, we're holding hands while doing it. Along the way, we agreed that we should keep our relationship under wraps for a little while, just until we're both comfortable telling everyone. Once we arrive at the school, we are both let in by an office worker and receive our tardy slips. We say our farewells and start towards class. I couldn't be happier as I head towards my second period, but this feeling doesn't last too long. I present my tardy slip to the teacher as I enter the classroom. She gives me a stern look for interrupting her lecture, but I have other things on my mind. I take a seat and play over this morning's events. I kissed Sayori! We're actually a thing now. These last few days have really been something. Even though I can't totally solve some of the problems I'm faced with, I'll stick with it. Even if helping just a little could help make a big difference. Plus, if things don't work out, I'm still a bona fide time wizard. I have to suppress a laugh as I think back to my previous self. So much has happened since then. Feels like that was forever ago. Wrapping my mind around the fact that I thought I was a time wizard only 4 days ago proves to be quite hard. Still, I can't really say I've matured that much. For all I know, I really have gone off the deep end. Once again, I suppress a laugh and then decide to do something truly insane. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna pay attention to my classes today. I turn my confidence towards the teacher as she continues. And so you could refer to Mercury as the dead planet. Its weak gravity and lack of tectonic prevent it from having an atmosphere. Huh? I stealthily dig my fingers into my ear to try to clear up this ringing. What the hell is happening? The dizziness I felt in the bathroom this morning begins to return. Damn it, not here! What am I supposed to do? The light suddenly feels as though it burns my eyes. I try my best not to show any signs of panic, but it becomes increasingly difficult. I squint at the clock and make out the time. Only 10 minutes left. I just have to hold out for 10 more... I wanted to tell you for a while, but I was scared to. I know I'm sorry. I just didn't want you to worry. Are you sure? We don't have to today if... alright. But can we at least wait until I'm done with classes? I don't want to fall behind again. Okay. And I'll just tell Monica that I have a doctor's appointment. She won't mind if I miss one day. Thanks. And could you maybe tell Dad for me? I love you too, and I'll call you again when my last class ends. Bye-bye. I slowly pick up my head and look around the room. Where is everybody? Did they just leave me when class ended? Assholes. I slip my notebook in my bag and begin to stand up. Panic overcomes me as I immediately feel nauseous once I'm on my feet. I throw my backpack over my shoulder and rush out to the bathroom. I sprint through the hall towards the restroom. My brain doesn't process it until now, but the hallway is completely empty. I burst into the restroom and throw open a stall. I proceed to do something very ugly into the toilet. The mess continues on and off for a few minutes before I finally start to feel better. By the end, I'm sweating and my hands are shaking and my throat burns like hell. Knees weak, palms are sweating, there's spaghetti on my mom already. My attempt to cheer myself up falls flat in all regards. What is happening to me? The migraine, the nosebleed, going colorblind, passing out in my bathroom in class, and not this. My throat burns even more as I try to swallow my fear. Damn it, why now? Why does it have to happen when I finally manage to get things going well? I try to clench my fist, but all the muscles in my arms are too fatigued. Maybe I really should go to a doctor about this, or at the very least tell my parents about it. Even though I lectured Sayori about telling her parents about her depression this morning, this feels different. I put my hand on my forehead to check for a fever, but it's hard to tell with all the sweat. Mom and Dad are 3 hours away on business. I don't want them rushing over just because I might have a virus or a flu or something. It's a little sad to think about, but I've become quite adept at taking care of myself over the years. I'll just go to the drugstore after school and pick up some antibiotics. If Mom calls about it, I'll just tell her I'm not feeling well. I take some time to gather up my strength before finally leaving the stall. Aside from some fatigue, purging my system did make me feel quite better. I wash my hands and rinse my mouth out at the sink before making my way into the hall. I check the time on my phone as I leave the bathroom and see it's already halfway through third period. Damn, how long was I out of class? It really is strange that no one woke me up. Plus, isn't there supposed to be another class after mine ended? My brow furrows as I think about it. It was probably just the teacher planning periods. My thoughts cease as I hear the door next to the girls' bathroom close next to mine. I see a familiar figure as I sneak a glance at who it is. Monica? Huh? Gunner? There's an unusual paleness to her that I'm not used to seeing. Is she sick too? Oh, hi, Hey, I wasn't expecting to run into you out here. Is she trying to put on a happy face? It's clear she isn't feeling well. Don't tell me you were skipping class. No, I was just... Are you okay, Monica? You look like you're not feeling well. Thanks, I'm glad you think I look sick. Hey, that's not what I know, sorry. Just feeling a little nauseous in class is all. But if I'm now, don't worry about it. Well, I'm glad to hear you're feeling better. What about you, Gunnar? You look like you haven't been feeling all that great either. What, me? Please, I'm the pinnacle of health. Gunnar? Sorry, I guess I was feeling something similar. And I swear I'm not just trying to copy you, but I'm also better now. I also feel better now. The news of my improved health doesn't seem to cheer Monica up. Strange. What was that? Oh, nothing important. I was just thinking about something. Anyways, I'm glad to hear that you're feeling better now. After all, I wouldn't want any of my club members sick. Club members, huh? In here, I was thinking we were friends. I put on a pouty face and tried to guilt-trip Monica. We'll keep writing good poems, and I'm sure we'll make it there eventually. It's clear my conversational skills are nowhere near her level. Haha, how clever. But it is a real shame. It just so happens I only show my poems to my friends, you know. Well, it looks like you're just gonna have to work fast if you really want me to read them so badly. Damn, how'd she get me again? Alright, I give up. Come on, don't tell me that's all you can handle. Shouldn't you be getting a class or something? After all, I wouldn't want to be responsible for the class star's grades to slip. I think I can afford for my grades to slip a bit. You, on the other hand, I will win against this girl one day. I swear upon my knight's honor. Hey, I'm on your time. I'm just waiting to escort you back to class. Wouldn't want you getting attacked by any stray books or pencils, you know. Oh, and how could I have forgotten you were such a gentleman? Well then, shall we be going? After you. As we begin to make our ways down the hall, I begin to feel a little anxious. She doesn't put me in a position where I have to tell her about Sayori and me. Not yet, anyways. I'm confident I can ward off any advances until then. Assuming the caveman side of my brain doesn't decide to suddenly take over. Gunnar, before we get to class, can I show you something? Sure. Truth is, I wasn't looking forward to walking in late anyways. It'll only take a second. Monica stops in front of a room I don't think I've ever been in. She tries the handle, but the door appears locked. This doesn't stop her though. She pulls out a set of keys and unlocks it. Because if there's any students that would have a key to a classroom, it would be Monica. Once the door is open, we both make our way inside. Oh, the music room. I immediately realized why Monica would have the key to this room as I step in. And that's also from Monica Before Story. I'm willing to bet that this is where she's been practicing piano. Even though I've never been in here before, it has a strange familiarity to it. I feel relaxed for some reason. You can probably guess why I would come in here, huh? I think I have a pretty good idea. I had no clue the band room was on this side of the school, though. It's not, actually. The band room is on the other side of the school, but it's too small to fit in everything at once. So they store it where they're not used. They store whatever they're not using at the time in here. And well, since the school band can't really use a piano, I'm assuming it spends most of its time in here? Yeah. I can't help but notice that Monica seems really candid. Does this room mean a lot to her? I mean, I get she plays piano in here, but why is she also being so shy about it? Well, I think it's pretty neat. Really? Yeah, a nice cozy room like this has an odd peacefulness to it, you know? I'm glad you think that. I feel the same way. I don't really see how you do it, though. If I had the key to an empty classroom, my teacher would probably think I've gone missing. You're not insinuating that you would skip class, are you? No. It's more of a statement than an insinuation. Looks like I'm going to have to rein in one of my club members. I'm certain that my mother would be thankful if you managed that. I quickly turn my attention away from Monica's glare and I begin to explore the room. If Sayori's clumsiness really has worn off on me, this place would be a war zone in a minute. Be extra careful not to touch or bump into anything. My focus abruptly stops on the piano as I get near it. Much like the room itself, there's something familiar about this piano. My head feels a little foggy as I wipe off the dust on it. Do you play it all? Huh? Monica's voice quickly snaps me out of my daze. I played some when I was younger because my mom played a lot when she was in school, but as I grew up I kinda just forgot about it. I can't say I was ever all that good though. Gunnar admitting that he isn't good at something. I must be dreaming. Well, it wouldn't be much of a surprise considering how much you already dreamed about me. Wait, did I just win? Did I finally beat her? I'm barely able to withhold my celebration dance. Hold on. Or does she actually have dreams about me? Continuing my trend of copying Monica, my face also turns red. Anyways, I rack up my brain to try and find a way to backpedal this conversation. What about you? Does that extensive talent of yours carry over to the piano as well? I wouldn't exactly call it a talent, but I've been practicing quite a bit lately. I see. Well, while we're here, why don't you play something? Oh, I'm actually working on a piece right now, but I'm not finished with it yet. Practicing piano is one thing, but she writes her own music too. What about you, Gunnar? Watching you play might make me feel more confident. Geez, again with the bullying? Cease your bully, you meanie. I was only teasing. Although I would be interested to see how much you play. I know that if I actually try to play some, I'll just embarrass myself. But at the same time, it's like this piano is drawing me in. Do I really miss playing it that much, or is it something else? Fine, but only on one condition. You have to keep any constructive criticism to yourself. Understood. I take a seat on the piano bench and try to gather my bearings. Let's see, my middle finger starts here. I could try and play something easy like... My thinking is abruptly stopped by Monica, who takes a seat on the bench next to me. Me sitting here won't make you nervous, will it? Of course it will. No, not at all. This bench isn't very wide to begin with, so having two people sit on it like this, I can feel Monica's leg and shoulder against me as I try to reclaim my focus. Natsuki wasn't wrong about the thigh meat comment. Damn it, Gunnar, focus. Like I said, it's been a while since I played. I'm gonna test out some keys real quick. I position my fingers according to how I remember being taught when I was a kid. I feel electricity shoot into my hands as I press down on the keys. What the hells? This time the tingling climbs all the way up my arms. My head begins to feel heavy as I continue. I have a strange sensation that I'm going through my body as I play. I have a strange sensation going through my body as I play some more notes. Feels like I'm watching the world through my eyes, but I have no control. I continue to watch as my fingers slide across the keys with a fluidity I'm certain I don't have. This song, it sounds so familiar. Where have I heard this before? My head becomes increasingly foggy as I try to think about why I recognize it. I feel as though I could fall asleep as the music continues to play in my ears. Gunnar! Huh? The world around me seems to slow down as I come to my senses. Sorry, Monica, I guess I was just kind of absorbed by my playing. Gunnar, where did you learn to play that? Did I do something weird while I was playing? She looks like she's seen another ghost. Well, I'm not really sure, it just kind of came to me. It was probably something my mom taught me when I was a kid and I'd just forgotten about it. I scratch my neck nervously as I begin to continue my excuse. Believe me, I didn't expect to be able to play something like that either. I guess I didn't want you outshining me too much. My nervous laugh doesn't seem to put Monica at ease. I see. This is something your mother taught you when you were young. My heart starts to beat faster, and as I notice, Monica begins to take shallow breaths. Yeah, seems like I retained more than I thought. I'm hoping it's just my imagination, but I feel Monica's shoulder and leg pressing more into me. Damn it, this isn't good. I have to think about Sayori, but at the same time, I don't want to hurt Monica's feelings. You know, we've been here quite a while. We should probably head back to class. I begin to stand up at the bench, but before I can put any distance between us, Monica grabs me by my wrist. Gunnar, it's alright if you're with Sayori. Huh? How does she know about that? Surely Sayori didn't say anything to her, huh? Monica lets out a weak laugh, just feel like I just watched a puppy get kicked. I'm glad you're happy, really. But would you maybe... The grip on my wrist tight as Monica finds the right words. Before she'd give it a chance, I retake my seat on the bench next to her. Of course. We're club members, after all. Here I was thinking we were friends. Well, maybe once you're able to match me on the piano. I smile at Monica, who seems to ease up a little this time. We continue to sit together for a period of time that I cannot determine. It's mostly quiet at first, but we soon find ourselves talking about various subjects. It's not quite what I would expect after the somber exchange that just happened between us. But it appears to improve Monica's mood, so I go along with it. We jump from talking about literature to philosophy and to music. Talking with her feels like a conversation with a very confident and much less boring encyclopedia. We occasionally talk about turning on randoms. We occasionally take turns playing random snippets of music on the piano. Luckily, I don't lose control over my hands and my arms this time, which also means I'm quite bad at it. I'm still a little on the brink of liking rap music, but Huh? Wait, was that the lunch bell? Monica pulls out her phone and proceeds to check the time. Looks like we might have gotten a little carried away, huh? Have we really been in there for almost 2 whole periods? We? If we get in trouble, I'm saying this whole thing was your idea. I flashed Monica a cheeky smile to show her that I'm joking. To think you would throw a poor girl like me under the bus. I guess chivalry really is dead. Yep, dead is dead. Zed? Oh, sorry. It's a quote from a popular movie. It's about Pulp Fiction, right? Just because I'm a girl doesn't mean I don't get pop culture. Hey, to be fair, you did play dumb. I throw my backpack over my shoulder and begin to head over to the door with Monica in tow. Although I probably have plenty of time to learn not to underestimate you. It's alright. After all, not everyone can be a fast learner. I'm glad to see Monica returning to her usual self like this. I really hope she's actually okay with me and Sayori being together. And we're happy to be a friend with her when she needs one, but that's all I can be. Once we exit the room, we both begin to walk in opposite directions. Aren't you going to lunch? Actually, I have first lunch. Wait, so we sat through your lunch period? Yeah, but don't worry about it. I'm sure I can find time to eat my lunch during class. Eating lunch during class, huh? Must be nice to be Miss Class Star. My cheeky smile returns for a sequel as I say this. I'm assuming you're already aware that I hate being called that. Perfectly so. I have to pay you back somehow for all the bullying. If by bullying you mean beating you at wordplay, then I can understand why you'd want payback. Anyways, I'm sorry for making you miss lunch. But if you want me to pick you up something from the cafeteria, I'd be happy to. Thanks, but that's alright. Packed my own lunch, so I should be fine. In that case, I bid you farewell, and I look forward to seeing you in the club later. Yep, see you then. Looks like Monica stops herself from some... what the fuck just happened to me? It looks like Monica stops herself from saying something else. I'm losing my mind. Looks like a good point to put another break in the video as I nearly have a stroke. I hope you enjoyed the video. Comment. Like. Subscribe. Is that what people say on here? I don't really know. Have a good day.